Ashe, peace family, Conjure Queen here, and we have a really interesting topic to talk about today. What is that little line there? Let me fix this. Mercury retrograde messing with us already. How y'all doing? I'm about to get the tobacco going. Happy Day of the Dead, you guys. We live right now. I'm just blowing some tobacco for the spirits. Y'all already know yesterday was Halloween. Today is the Day of the Dead. And so, you know, we give reverence to our ancestors and the spirits of the land. How y'all doing? Whew, ashe. Okay, so we're going to be talking about a really interesting topic tonight. It's going to be talking about, a lot of people have been asking me to do a live segment on, Dark Magic, on what demons really are, and also the underworld. So I know in my last video we was talking about, you know, a little bit about dark magic and how that delves into shadow work. And so shadow work, I should probably light some incense. Hold up. It's a lot of energies. And I know people probably out celebrating Halloween right now, because the spirits is definitely active. They've been messing with me today, like not in a bad way, but like, you know, in a playful manner, whatnot. Damn. Okay. It's dead as hell today. Where is everybody? I hope YouTube ain't messing with my algorithms again. Well, anyway, look. Today we was gonna basically talk about dealing with the dark magic. Now, today I'm a little organized, so I wrote some of the stuff that we're gonna talk about. Let me turn this down. So, how y'all doing? I think Mercury retrograde is definitely messing with me right now. Ooh. Cause on my end, it's saying there's only one person in here. Yo, what the hell is going on with YouTube? Yo, how many people is in the chat room right now? Something that says there's only one person in here. And I know I'm not fucking crazy right now. Anyway, we're gonna just go, cause apparently YouTube is messing with me. If you in here, hit that thumbs up button so I know how many people's in here, cause YouTube is messing with my numbers ever since I started dropping bombs, family, about dark magic, about how to access this dark energy, and also like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, there's a lot of YouTubers that's talking about love and light and stuff. So what happens is they're messing with my algorithms because I'm not talking about the shit they want me to talk about, right? Because they took down like mad of my videos already, if you guys haven't noticed. Like, I put videos up and them shits be gone like in the next day. So anywho, we're going to get into dark magic. We're going to talk about dark magic, demons, and the underworld. And shout out to everybody, ancestors in the building, you feel me? Like, y'all ancestors are definitely active right now. Spirits is active. That's why I got the tobacco going. Because y'all know when I got the tobacco, shit's about to get real. Because, whew, if I don't, I'm going to start sweating and channeling and shit. So anyway, peace to everybody up in the building. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, even though YouTube messing with me right now and I can't even see who's up in the building. But I can see the live chat though, so I'm going to answer some of y'all questions. So this is what we're going to do. I am going to talk about dark magic first. Then we're going to get into the underworld. Then we're going to go into demons. And then after that, I'm going to give you guys an assignment. And I'm also going to give you guys some homework, right? Because that's what this is all about. It's not just about watching a YouTube video and being like, oh, that was a cool video. Da-da-da. No, it's about doing the work. So if y'all guys haven't did the assignment from the last video, talking about with a black candle and staring into the mirror, then you guys got to go rewatch my last video talking about why you should start using dark magic and what that does for your shadow self. So we're going to get into the shadow self too. Is my music too loud, guys? Because sometimes it be sounding low on my end, and when I play the video back, it be sounding loud. It really dead ass should say it's only one person in here. That's crazy. This is one person in the chat room. Like, I'm talking to myself. Wow. All right, look, we're going to get into it. So if y'all ready to start this, you feel me? We live right now. If y'all ready to start this freaking segment, let me get some shades up in the building. Or hit that thumbs up button. Because I'm about to start channeling with this tobacco. Hold up. Okay. So if you got a cigar, blow it backwards for your spirits. That's how they like it. Okay. Gotta go on my tongue. So, I know people asked me before, why do I blow my cigar backwards? But that's how you blow tobacco for the spirits. Like when you give an offerings, you blow it, put it in your mouth backwards, you blow it. For the people who was wondering, what the hell am I doing? I don't really smoke like that. That's for them. So, but yeah, boom. We're going to get into the dark magic. So a lot of people say there's a stigma about dark magic being evil. When people think of dark, they think of, oh, you know, dark magic or black magic is when you're dealing with destruction and hurting people and harm and stuff like that and curses. And then they say white magic or light magic is more so when you're dealing with healing and love and light. But I come here to tell you guys the truth, to say that that's not true. We got to realize that there are some religions that say magic altogether is evil. You feel me? White and dark. So we're going to try to get that paradigm or that construct or that human construct of dark being evil and white equals good out of our heads, because that's been instilled in us since we were younger, watching cartoons, movies. So now we don't even think about it. Okay? So dark magic is not evil. Let's get that out of the question. Dark magic is not evil at all. Dark magic is actually one of the most powerful freaking sorts of magic that you can use. I don't know about y'all, but the first time I ever used dark magic, like using that chaotic energy, it was out of this fucking world, yo. Like, I've never seen results so fast. I've never seen impact so powerful. And this is the reason why they want you to stay away from it. We got to realize that this new age trend, that's what it is. It's really a trend now, and there's nothing new about this. Like, this is our old science. A lot of us are the old gods. Oh, I'm going ahead of myself. Let me go back. Okay, because they want to keep you in this paradigm of staying stuck in the light. Oh, don't mess with that dark stuff. That's evil. You know, just love and light. But these same people are not understanding the principle of duality. You gotta realize that there's more than just light. Like, what came before light? Darkness. Light came out of darkness. So when you're dealing with that dark magic, that dark matter, that chaotic energy, you are dealing with the primal source of all power, the primal source of all creation. And this is why sex magic is so powerful, because sex is dealing with like the generative primal powers of all creation. You feel me? Like, you wouldn't be here if your mom and your daddy ain't have sex. You feel me? So yeah, we're going to get into that. So now, first of all, when we're dealing with dark magic, we're dealing with more of that chaotic energy. So chaos basically means something that's not contained, something that is wild, right? When you think about water, water is an aspect of chaos. Water, if you don't have, let's say for instance, if you just like have water and you throw it, it's not going to be centered. It's going to go all over the place. But you only can organize water if you put it into a container or a cup or something like a bowl or something like that. So that would be the bowl, or the container would be a form of light or something that contains it. Meanwhile, water is the chaotic energy itself. So that means that it hasn't been shapen, it hasn't been formed. So when you deal with this dark magic, this dark matter, this chaotic energy, it means that it's untapped, like it's pure power. And this is why they don't want you guys tapping into that shit. This is why they make y'all think it's evil. This is why they fucking with my numbers right now. Because on my end, it says one person's in the room. Meanwhile, y'all telling me it's 100 people up in here. But we're not even going to get into that. Because there's certain words, certain hashtags, certain titles that YouTube doesn't want to get pushed. And it could be Mercury retrograde. You feel me? Or it could be both. Because we are in Mercury retrograde right now. Yesterday was the first day. But let's go back, because I feel like I'm chilling right now, so we're just going to go. Who we going? Oh, okay, we going. So basically, dark matter, that dark magic energy is untapped energy. No human, no animal, nothing has touched that energy. It is the closest thing that you can get to God or spirit or creator or the grand architect. Whatever name or title you want to put on it, she, he, whatever, that's what we're going to say. You feel me? That is the closest thing. Dark magic is the closest thing you can get to the primal source of all creation. So when we're dealing with that chaotic energy, one thing, remember one time when I told you guys before about black candles, right? If you see my old videos, and shout out to the people that's new. If you're new in the building, like, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. okay? Because we're going to definitely be getting into a lot of things that most other people don't like to talk about, right? Everybody's talking about love and light. That's pretty popular and that's pretty. But we're going to talk about the nitty-gritty, ugly stuff that nobody likes to talk about. But this is where the power is at. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, okay? We about to start shifting paradigms. We about to start shifting our mind. We are about to start shifting. The whole world, the realities that we know is shifting. And we can't bring that old kumbaya, love and light, rainbows and unicorns and shit to the next paradigm, because that's not what's going to help us cross over. I'm telling y'all, there's a divide right now. We are literally in it. Like, we're going in the underworld as we are in the sign of Scorpio. We're in the underworld right now. We're going to get into that. So pretty much, when you're dealing with a black candle, right? And this is going to be one of the assignments too, but I'm just going to like tell y'all right now, because I'm channeling right now. Spirit's coming through me. One of the things that the spirit says is like meditating with a black candle. Whoo, honey. If you meditated with a white candle, that's one thing. Spirit channeled to me one day. The spirit was like, why don't you meditate with a black candle instead of a white? I'm like, I don't know. So I started doing it, because before, someone once told me that it's not really good to burn a black candle by itself without a white candle, right? And one time I did burn a black candle, but this is when I was staying with my family. Like, I wasn't living by myself, and I was staying with other people. So I burnt the black candle. I was meditating on the black candle, but all hell fucking broke loose in that house. And I'm going to tell you guys why, because that's that chaotic energy. A lot of people cannot handle this chaotic energy. Chaotic energy will shift you and flip your world upside down. It's like working with moldavite. You ever worked with moldavite crystal? Moldavite will make you get your shit together. It's not one of those like peaceful candles, like a peaceful crystals like quartz or rose quartz, or what's another easy crystal to work with? Like no, lapis lazuli is not as like I don't know. I would say that it's not as easy going. Moldavite is gonna shake your world upside down. You feel me? Like, working with certain things is more potent. So going back, when you burn that black candle, what's happening is that you're bringing the energy of chaos into your life. Chaos is not bad. Let's get that out of our heads. Chaos just means something that is not contained, something that is wild. Let me give you an example. An example of white magic or light magic, or lighting a white candle, would be to summon Bastet, right? Bastet, which is the cat goddess of Egypt. To burn a black candle, to invoke that chaotic energy, would be more like to summon Sekhmet. Okay, Sekhmet, the lion. So you have a domesticated cat, which is something that is simple, that you can tame. Then you have a lion, a wild lion or a tiger. A lion and a tiger can't be tamed, as we've seen our ancestors have done it. Those in ancient Kemet have done it. A lot of the priests, they had wild lions and stuff walking around through the temples and stuff, because they knew how to tame them. Is it easy to tame a lion? No. But is it possible? Yes. Same with chaotic energy. It's not impossible to, I wouldn't say tame it, but you can work with it. Because a lion can snap on you any second. We've seen that when those circus little things, when the lion goes crazy on a freaking circus guy. You feel me? Like, there, you have to know how to work with that energy, and you have to also know that you are not 100% in control, but you have to learn how to work with it. So going back, burnt the black candle, everybody in the house is going fucking crazy. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And you're going to notice that. You feel me? So if you're in a house and you're working with dark, like chaotic energy or a black candle, I would definitely say be mindful of the people around you, especially if anybody in the house has like a mental illness or something like that. Because remember, that chaotic energy is very intense. It's not watered down at all. Like, it's just potent power. So when you meditate with this black candle, like, I just had to give y'all a little like disclaimer, so y'all won't be like, Conjure Queen, I burnt the black candle and all hell broke loose. Like, yeah, because what's happening is that it's clearing the way of all of the shit that is not working for you. So that's why when you work with demons versus the sweet little saints, and not all saints are sweet. We're going to get into that too. When you're working with the demons, they have a no-nonsense type of personality where it's like, all right, you've been fucking up. Now I'm going to catch you up to speed, like Moldavite does, right? Working with certain energies are more potent than others. Working with the little house cat and then working with a wild ass lion. Like, you got to know what you're ready for. And I'm going to get into how to know when you're ready to work with that dark energy too. So, where was I? So when you meditate with a black candle, when we still talking about dark magic here, and I'm giving y'all something very simple. Get one of those plain little black chime candles, right? And just meditate with it. Meditate with it. It could be daytime, nighttime, whenever. Sit the black candle there. You don't got to worry about anointing it or whatever. Keep it simple, right? The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid, right? That's what I learned in my freaking like school days. It's like always keep it simple. Sometimes the simplest things do the most powerful shit. So get a black candle, light it, meditate on it, and see the visions that come to you. What's going to happen is you're going to start getting crazy ass downloads that a white candle probably won't even be able to do for you. Because what you're doing is you're illuminating your shadow self. You're illuminating the darkest parts of your soul. That's what's happening. So when you're working with a white candle, remember, white reflects and it pushes things outward. Black is always pulling things in. You're going within. Remember back in the day when we were kids? Well, I don't know about y'all, but my mom used to always tell me, don't wear black in the summer because you're going to get hotter. Because what happens? Black draws in energy. It draws in the sun. We used to wear white or whatever during the summertime because we knew that white kept you cooler. It kept you cooler because it reflected the light of the sun. So I keep that mentality. I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense when you're working with a white candle. Because when you're working with a white candle, you're reflecting certain energies. Thank you for the donation, Brianna. Ashe, ashe, ashe. I definitely appreciate the donations. They do help. Ashe. So when you're working with a white candle, you're pushing energy outwards. When you're working with a black candle, you're going within. That's why a lot of the times people will burn a black candle when they're trying to get rid of negative energy, because what they're doing is whatever negative energy is in your house, you're going to pull it into that black candle, into the void. And that's why they always talk about dark matter in science class. I remember like in science when they was always talking about dark matter and the black hole, and they couldn't even understand what the hell it was. Dark matter, junk DNA. Oh no, that junk DNA that they can't explain, which is probably more than what they're telling you in school, is your magical power. Those are your inner demons that you have not activated yet. We're going to get into the demons because that's when shit going to get real. I'm kind of working y'all into this because I know that this is a touchy topic, and a lot of people that's watching my channel are probably like, was raised as Christians or Catholics or Baptists. And I understand that I also did come from that background where I was taught that if I thought about working with the devil, or if I even thought certain things, that my soul was going to go to hell. And then when I found out what hell really is, I'm like, oh shit, well, we already in hell. They've been lying to us this whole entire time. And then they've been telling us that the Satan or the devil is God. And then when you really think about it, we've been lied to this whole time. What if I told you that this whole entire time we was being taught that the God in the Bible was really the devil, and then the devil was really God? What if the devil, quote unquote, tricked every fucking body? Because think about it. Why the hell did so many people lose their lives? Like, people was being burnt at the stake, lynched, slavery going on, like wars for this Christian God. And then when you think about it, it's like, well, damn, how many people died on behalf of spreading the devil's word? Cricket, cricket. I don't hear nothing, right? So when you think about it, like, sometimes we got to stop and use our mind and be like, am I really working with the right God? What if they lied to us? Because when you think about it, they lied about everything else. Thank you, Amber King, for the donation. Ashe, ashe, ashe. I appreciate you. Thank you. When you think about it, they lied about everything else. Okay, they flipped shit on us and told us that, oh, don't work with that magic stuff. That magic stuff is going to make you go to hell. That magic stuff is evil, right? But yet and still, y'all here watching Conjure Queen, and y'all tried some of my assignments that I gave y'all, and what happens? Them shits work. Check out the freaking comment section. Did that 16 penny ritual? Didn't that shit fucking save your fucking life? There's some people who, yo, shout out to Dane Calloway. Yes. Oh, we got Dane in the building. Shoo. Okay. Yo, let me tell you, They've been freaking lying to us about everything. They flipped everything upside down. And Dane, it's crazy you in here because like Dane even talks about how they had us thinking that we all came from freaking like Africa over here. But they lied about our freaking history. A lot of us come from here already. A lot of us come from the ancient Aztecs, the Incas, the Olmecs. Like, we already here. We built pyramids. There's pyramids that are here in America that are older than the pyramids and the artifacts in Kemet. Did you guys know that? They found tombs and mummies and shit in the Grand Canyon. Whew, that's a whole nother segment. But this is what I want to tell y'all. They've been lying to us about everything. They lied about religion. They lied about the Illuminati. Yo, and remember back in the videos when they was always talking about how the all-seeing eye, the Horus or the owl or, you know, the Luciferian horns, they was like, oh, that's the devil, that's evil, stay away from that. But when you look at it, I feel like Jay-Z, Rihanna, like when you really listen to some of their songs, they've been trying to tell us from the gate. Jay-Z freaking is a fan of Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley studied with the ancient Kemites, that dark magic that I'm telling y'all about. And everybody said Aleister Crowley was the most wickedest man alive. Thank you for the donation. Hold on, who is that? Thank you, Successful JB. Everybody who's donating, thank you, because I'm like channeling right now, so I'm trying to see the names. But if I miss you, forgive me, but I'm gonna like shout you out as I see the names. But they've been trying to tell us like, yo, this is where the magic is at. Like Jay-Z been having a Baphomet sign. Like when I did look into Baphomet, and I would definitely recommend you guys check out Brother Panic, because he definitely has like a whole freaking 4-hour video talking about Baphomet, right? Because he breaks down the science of Baphomet, which is the goat-headed god. And at first I was scared of this shit too. I'm like, oh hell no, that's the devil, until I started looking deeper. I'm like, wait a minute, let me understand what these symbols mean. There's a really good book I want you guys to get. It's called dang, I don't feel like getting up. Signs and Symbols. I'm probably gonna add the link when this video is done. I'm gonna add all of the links to the books that you guys should get as resources, because I want you guys to study. We got to study the science. So going back into the dark magic, meditating on that black candle is going to change your freaking life. It's going to illuminate your shadow self, which is your inner demons. And your inner demon, and we're about to get into that too, is nothing but your inner God. The demons are the old gods that they demonized and told us to leave alone. These were the gods that were coming from that chaotic darkness, right? That's why they always equated black people or dark people, and not just black people in America, but all around in the world. Because, you know, there was originally one landmass, so we all come from the same place when you really think about it. So we're not going to get into the politics of everything, but there were very, very dark people, and they started to demonize these people because they said that, oh, this is the dark arts, right? Alchemy, right? The dark science, the dark arts. And that's where alchemy came from. And alchemy was the #1 most powerful source of magic that the ancient Kemites studied. Astrology and alchemy. And so when you study that, alchemy is nothing but the dark arts. And that's what we get into dark magic. I'm basically bringing the science back to y'all. So when people tell y'all, no, stay away from the darkness, whatever they tell you to stay away from, that's what you need to run towards. And whatever they tell you to run towards, look at that with a side eye, like, I don't know. Y'all pushing this on me like them flu shots. You feel me? They pushing them flu shots on y'all, talking about, oh, if you get a flu shot, we're going to give you a $20 gift card. You want me to get a flu shot that bad? Talking about if we don't get shots, we can't even take our kids to school now. Like, what? They trying to ban the waivers now, talking about you can't even take your kids to school without, like, you can't even say, like, oh, you know, it's against my religion, because they're going to say, well, we don't do that here anymore. It's either you get it or you don't get it. So we are really in crazy times where those who are in power right now, they don't really have that much power. And that's why you see a lot more people open to dark magic, and you're seeing more videos on witchcraft, and you're seeing more movies and stuff like Lucifer and stuff like that, because the truth is coming to the light. We in the age of Aquarius now. All of those lies and shit is being shattered. Okay. So yeah, the crazy thing is we still on dark magic. We didn't even get into the underworld and demons yet. Oh man, when we get into the freaking demons, I'm about to tell y'all, some of y'all are freaking incarnated gods or the ancient demons, the old The old gods that come back were once called demons, but demons is not what you think it is. A demon is a genius, like genie. A genie comes from the jinn or genius, right? Whew, we're gonna get into it. I'm sweating right now. Where's my freaking water? I'm like parched right now. I feel like I need a tobacco. I need something. I'm just going. I'm going, baby. I'm going. And y'all know today is November 1st, so them spirits is active right now. And what better day to do this than now? Okay. So dark magic will transform you. Dark magic is shadow work. When you're dealing with dark magic, you got to realize something. It will change your life. Once you start dealing with dark magic, you will never be the same again. I'm going to tell you this right now. Your reality will be shattered. You will feel like your world is being flipped upside down. And this is why a lot of people talk about don't mess with the dark magic. It's too crazy. It's going to make you go crazy. Okay, what does crazy mean? Let's break it down. I actually define what does crazy mean. I got to start looking up words, the etymology of certain words. Crazy just basically means full of cracks. That's what it means. Kras and Z, like kras E. Cracks, full of cracks. So cracks basically means like your personalities. When we are young, we are who we really are. We are our genuine selves. But what happens is society, our parents, our friends, they tell us to suppress who we really are, right? Let's say, you was acting a fool, being a clown in class. Your teacher would tell you, sit your ass down, you're doing too much. So then, you learn, okay, well, I can't be my normal self because if I be my normal self and be a clown, then I'm going to get punished. So let me be quiet and behave myself so I can fit in with the rest of the students and not get in trouble. So you start to suppress who you really are until you build up these certain masks to make your family happy, your parents happy, your teacher happy, your employer happy. Well, you create all of these different fractures or cracks in yourself, different personalities, when now you don't even know who the fuck you really are. And your true self is your shadow self or your demon self, which is in the dark side of you, in the darkest side of your soul. Listen to Carl Jung or whatever. He basically talks about like the shadow work, the shadow self, which is who you really are. That's the side of us that we suppress inside of ourselves that nobody sees. Maybe we're afraid of people seeing it. You feel me? So when you're dealing with dark magic, you're activating your shadow self. One thing that you'll notice is that a lot of things that you buried inside of you is going to start coming out. Let's say you was always the type of person that let people treat you any type of way. You a doormat. People just walk all over you and you never say nothing. When you start dealing with that dark energy, you're going to start feeling that anger that you've been holding in for all of those years come out. Thank you, Tony Farrell. Thank you so much for the donation. Ashe. Thank you. When you start dealing with that dark energy, whew, baby. And I'm a freaking living proof of it, okay? Because I used to be a doormat. I used to let like people walk all over me. I was just quiet because why? I was raised to be respectful. I was raised to, be quiet. If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Be nice, make friends, share. So, after a while, I just was like, all right, you know what? I was raised to be a certain way. So let me just suppress my anger, suppress what I have to say to make everybody else around me happy. And that's what most cancers do, right? Shout out to the cancers in the building, the water signs. Y'all already know we try to make everybody else happy, meanwhile at our own expense. So what happens is when you start dealing with that dark magic, that shadow self that you suppress, all hell breaking loose. Let somebody try to come at you sideways, you're not gonna know where the fuck it come from, but you just gonna start cursing their ass out, telling them how you feel, and everybody gonna look at you like, where'd that come from? Like, then they're gonna call you crazy. Oh, you're different. You're not quiet anymore. What happened? You used to be nice and humble. No, like this is who I really am. This is you're just used to walking all over me. So now that I'm telling you how I feel, I'm a bad person? No. And we got to get out of this thing of being nice, because the real word of nice just basically means stupid and naive. Look up the real meaning, the root meaning of nice. Where did that word come from? To be nice basically means to be ignorant, to be stupid and naive. And so that's why people treat nice people like shit, because that's what they're being. They're being naive. So since you want to be nice, you want to be naive and stupid, you're going to get treated like shit. So that's why we have to start stepping more into our dark matter, our dark power, our true demonic nature, And then when somebody's treating us like shit, we got to tell them, go fuck yourself or go fuck off. You feel me? You got to start putting your foot down and telling people what it is. It is what it is. We always wonder, well, why do men like bitches? Or why do women like niggas that are assholes? You feel me? It's not that we like niggas that are assholes or men like bitches per se, but it's more so like these people stand up for themselves and these people have a voice and they don't let anybody walk all over them. And that's sexy to us because why? That's our shadow self. We see our shadow self in them because some of us may not have the courage to tell other people off. So when we see that woman or that man who curse people out and say what they feel, we get turned on by it. Like, damn, this person speaks his mind. Or, damn, she says how she feels. Or she know how to put her foot down. Or she know how to put me in my place. You know, like, damn, like, you know, like it turns us on. We like that. We like that dark shadow self because we want to be a part of that. That's what the shadow is. It's who you really are at your core. So when you work with Dark Magick, you're really going to start tapping into your dark shadow self. And you're going to start becoming who you really are. And that's why society doesn't want you to mess with Dark Magick. Or, you know, or the witch community doesn't want you to mess with the dark side. They just want you to stay in the light. Stay where, you know, it's kid-friendly, it's sweet, and it's safe over here. Leave that dark stuff alone. No. Start messing with the dark stuff. I'm telling you right now. It will change your life, okay? For the better. Not only that, but, you know, first thing you're going to start noticing, and I feel like I need to do a class on this because it's certain things that you should do. Like I'm giving out some of the easy stuff to do, but if you really want to start getting deeper into this craft, then sometimes it's good to have a guide. I'm not saying you have to. This is not a religion. I'm all part of the left-hand path where it's like, you know, do what thou will. You can learn, you could teach yourself. You will learn by trial and error, but that's just part of the journey. Right? A lot of the stuff I know, I'm self-taught, and I also channel this information from spirit, demon, God, whatever, you know, from spirit themselves. And I share with you guys. That's why I'm smoking tobacco, because like I'm doing a lot over here. I got the candles burning. I got the tobacco burning, like I'm about to relight it. Whew, this tobacco keeps me cool. Because the spirits is wild right now. All right. So we already went into meditating into the black candle. Your shadow self will come out. You will start noticing who you really are. Have a pen and paper handy when you're writing this down, because your shadow self or your demonic self or your true nature is going to come forward. Like I always say, there's only three types. There's only three states in when you are who you really are. When your shadow self or your demonic self comes out, right? When you're a child, because children never lie. When you're angry, because when you're angry, you say how you really feel. And when you're drunk. Those are the only three types of people that tell the truth and who they are. Children, drunk people, and angry people. So when somebody's angry at you and they say some shit, and then later they say, oh, I didn't really mean it. Yes, the fuck they did. They meant that. Or if they was drunk and they told your ass off, oh yeah, they was just waiting for the opportunity. That liquor, that the devil's poison. That's why they call it the devil's juice or the devil's poison. Because we're going to get into the devil too. Should I get into the devil in this segment? Because the devil is a whole segment on its own. Oh, we already 33 minutes in. All right. So anyway, we're going to get into the underworld. Now, what is the underworld? Right? We always hear about, you know, in mythology, how, you know, the hero had to go through the dark cave, or the hero had to go through the swamps or the underworld and defeat the dragon or defeat the monster or defeat, you know, in all mythology, thank you so much, Nostalgic Endings. Ashe, thank you so much for the donations. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hold on. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you, everybody who's donating right now. I really appreciate you. And also the people who's donating to my Cash App, because I'm also getting notifications telling me I'm getting donations on Cash App. So thank you for you guys, too. Thank you. Okay. So the underworld. The underworld basically is the gateway to the forbidden flame, right? The underworld is basically, there's different realms, there's different worlds. We travel to the underworld when we go to sleep. A lot of y'all are dreamers or sleepwalkers or, you know, skywalkers. And y'all literally leave your body when you go to sleep. And that's why a lot of y'all may be like, people may be like, oh, I had a dream about you. Oh my God, like you came in my dream. And sometimes like we be traveling, just walking places, and we might see other dreamers like, oh, hey, what's up? How you doing? And you know, we just going on our way. But people might be like, yo, that's crazy. I just had a dream about you. Or you know, like the thing is, when you are a dream walker and you are an astral projector, some of y'all don't even know it. Like y'all may be like, yo, I just had the craziest dream, da da da, and then the shit might come true. Or you might be like, yo, I just had deja vu. Because what's happening is that you're literally like walking into different dimensions. That's a whole nother segment. I'm sorry, I'm going off. The underworld, right? The underworld is the gateway to the forbidden flame, key to your shadow self and the demons. So basically, the underworld is where the dead go. This is why sometimes when you're in the underworld, you might see your deceased relative, an old friend that probably died a long time ago. You might see some celebrities that died. You might see some gods there. You know, like when you go into the underworld, it's a different world than here. And there's different. One thing I would definitely recommend you guys study is the duat, or the underworld. Understand what the underworld is and research the underworld in different mythologies or different religious paths. Now, in Christianity, they just say that there's hell. They don't call it the underworld. They say it's hell. And when you go to hell, you're going to burn there for all eternity. But then when you do other research in like Greek mythology or like Kemetic mythology, because that's where the Greeks get their mythology from, is ancient Egypt, right? Most of these religions now, these new religions, get their stuff from ancient Kemet. Basically, and the duat is where the souls go. So you got to go through these different doorways. Y'all got to get the Book of Doors. It's a Kemetic. Where is that book? Crap, I don't have it in front of me. I'm going to probably drop that in the description too. Another link, the Book of Doors, the Oracle, the Book of Doors is basically telling you how to, all of the different gods that's in the underworld, and you got to know the secret passwords to get into the next level. And so what happens is you got these gatekeepers that stand there. And a lot of the times you can go into the underworld when you're awake and your body, your spirit is traveling into the underworld. So that's why some of y'all have the gift to actually travel while you're still awake. It's like your body is asleep, but your spirit is still awake. Your mind is moving around. And it takes training. It takes time. It's a really good astral projecting book by Robert Bruce. I'm going to put it in the description too. I'm going to do all of this, guys, when the live is uploaded. I'm going to put the links I'm going to pin it to the comment section, also put it in the description. I'll rewatch this over and do it. So don't worry about it. I got you. So, one thing, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. So basically, when you go into the underworld, you're going to be greeted with these beings, these interdimensional beings, which are the guardians. One of them is Ganesh, okay? Ganesh, you guys have to understand, and y'all got to know who these gatekeepers are, because they say that you cannot get past a certain threshold without facing your inner demons. And basically, sometimes they may look scary. That's why in certain mythologies, you always hear about the hero having to fight a demon or a dragon that's guarding the sacred treasure. What is the sacred treasure? Oh, it's the sacred flame, the treasure of knowledge, of all power and wisdom. So in order for you to get that, you have to first face the demon, or you have to face the guardian of the gateways, of the underworld, of hell. You got to go to hell and back. You ever heard that saying, you go to hell and back? Thank you, Crayo Laswitz, for the, sorry if I said your last name wrong. Thank you for the donation, my love. He says, yes, in Christian mythology, the underworld is a bad place, but in most mythologies of other cultures, the underworld is literally a place for the dead, aka ancestors. Yes, necromancy. Whoo, that's a whole nother segment. When we start talking about necromancy, necromancy is freaking powerful. Okay, so anyway, we're going to get into that. So the shadow self, we already talked about the shadow self. So the underworld is basically when you go into the underworld, you face the guardians of the gateways. You have to face your inner demons. And that shit is scary as hell. I'm going to tell you right now. It's a reason why these beings look scary. One of them that I actually met was Bess. Bess spelled B-E-S, right? He looks like a little dwarf, or a little like a troll or fairy, or what they call them, a little gnome, right? But like from the little pick-me people. But Bess is a very ancient god. He's an Egyptian or Kemetic god, and he's really tiny, but don't let his size fool you. Okay, Bess was always known to be like put like right in front of the gateways of homes or the birthing chambers, because Bess does not play. Like, he is the god. He might be a little trickster and stuff like that, but he when it's time, like even the god Heru cannot pass without Bess permission. Is that serious? So Bess will test you. He'll play around with you and shit. And Bess also Alegua. You know Alegua, the little child spirit in the Yoruba tradition. In Santeria or whatever, you always hear about Eshu or Legba or Elegua, the little child spirit. Sometimes he comes in the form of a man, an old man with a cane. Sometimes he's a little child. Well, that actually comes from the older god, Bess, because Bess could look like a little child. Sometimes he could look bigger. Spirits can shapeshift, just like we can too, in the astral realms. But that's another segment. Like, my mind is all over the place right now, because remember, I'm dealing with that chaotic energy. I'm dealing with that chaotic energy right now, and so I'm literally like hearing this shit, and I'm like trying to take all this demonic information and just put it into like words. So a lot of y'all are channelers. When you channel, that means that you're pulling all that chaotic energy into your body, and you're trying to figure out, how can I organize all this chaotic information and put it into words that are not all over the place. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. That's why I'm smoking tobacco and burning candles and drinking tea and drinking water all at the same time. Okay. Now, so dealing with the underworld, you got to pass these gatekeepers. Hecate, Ampu, Cerberus, which is the three-headed dog. Hecate, she also comes in the form of a dog, which is funny. When you do the 16 penny ritual, you're going to notice some people said that they saw dogs. Some people's like, yeah, I saw a black dog when I went there. I'm like, oh shit, well, you actually saw Papa Legba, because he comes in the form of a dog, a black dog, or any type of dog. Dogs are the known as being like Ampu, guardian of the gateway. So when you're dealing with that, you're going to face your shadow self. You're going to face the inner demons. They always talk about demons in the underworld. You're going to have to face these scary demons. And these are nothing but yourself. You're facing yourself. And that's why I always tell you guys, when you're dealing with this dark magic, it will change you. It will make you look at all of the ugly parts of you that you've suppressed since you was a child, and it's going to help you to utilize them. How else can you destroy an enemy? You make your enemies your friends, right? So what happens? Instead of you running away from your demons, get to know them. Get to know their name. Get to know what they like, what they don't like. Get to understand your inner demons. Because then it's like, you know what? I actually like this demon. This is who I really am. And I actually like this side of myself. So once you analyze who you really are, going into the underworld is going into the subconscious mind. You're going into your suppressed nature, who you really are at your core. The true you underneath all of the facades, the masks, the fake personalities. Your personality is not real. A lot of us have multiple personalities. It may sound crazy, but it's not. We all have personalities. We have a certain personality when we go for a job interview. We have a certain personality when we actually get the job. Okay, because we're different when we actually get the job. Once you got the job, you're like, all right, I could just be myself now. Then we have another personality when we're around our family. We have a certain personality when we're with our friends. We have a certain personality when we're in the bedroom. We have a certain personality when we're with our spouse, with our kids. We have different personalities. So you don't just have one personality. Okay, this is the avatar. It has many different facets. And you have to learn how to work with those personalities. But you have to know who you are. Know thyself. That's the first rule of magic, in alchemy and metaphysics and the occult. You have to know who you are. If you don't know who you are, then everybody else is going to tell you who you are. And that's why you'll always be tricked by spirits. Because they'll test you. That's what the gatekeepers do. They test you and they say, who are you? You have to know who you are. If you don't even know who the hell you are, if you want to know who you are, that's when they be like, okay, come this way. And they're going to guide you to your true self, your true nature. And it's going to be scary. A lot of y'all may meditate on the black candle and y'all going to see some scary stuff. Don't run away. Don't, be like, all right, I'm done with this. No, that's you facing yourself. These monsters is just what society has suppressed. And they keep us entertained and distracted with the light, with the peaceful, nice stuff. Distractions like on TV and fake news. Like, you got to go into the subconscious mind and find out who you really are. And that's where you tap into your true power. The underworld is pretty much a place of the subconscious mind in order for you to get to those secret jewels that's being guarded by the dragon or by the demons. You got to conquer your inner demons. Once you conquer your inner demons, then you can really start working with real magic. Because the magic that you've known before you tap into dark magic, You are playing with light work. Literally lightweight. Like, you know when they say, oh, you're a lightweight? Light work is light. It's something light. It's nothing powerful. Yeah, it gets certain shit done. I'm not saying that, light magic doesn't do anything, because it does. But it's like, once you find out about the dark stuff, you be like, oh shit, where was I my whole life? You feel me? Like, it's a whole different thing. It's going to transform you inside and out. Another analogy that I think about is this. And this came to me this morning, and I want to share this with y'all, because a lot of y'all are going to be able to relate to this. One of the things that the Spirit told me when I used to be scared of the dark side, because remember, I was scared too, guys, so don't feel bad if you're afraid. I was too. Trust me. Like, I thought my soul was going to go to hell. I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I attracted to this stuff? Like, I've always been attracted to the unseen, to the dark, to the mysterious, to the mystical. Even though my family told me it was like evil, I still wanted to. I was always a black sheep, right? I was always the weird one. So here I am on YouTube talking about weird shit and with all my weird people. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to the black sheeps. All right. So here we go. Think about the underworld being like this. I don't know about y'all, but I come from a really rough background where, people who come from the hood, the inner city, the slums, the projects, that would be considered the underworld. And a lot of us are spawns or descendants who grew up in the underworld. So we technically would be demons in this society. So we got to think about the biblical or the historical essence of demons and angels, right? The demons were always the oddballs, the black sheeps, the ones who were in the underworld, the ones who get looked over, the ones who's like, oh, those are demons, don't mess with them. They troublemakers, they mischievous, don't mess with them. But then when we look a little deeper, don't a lot of the most powerful, successful people come from hard beginnings, the slums, the projects, poverty? So I want y'all to put that analogy into spirituality and understand that when you're working with these dark beings, they like you because they're like, yo, you one of us. You grew up in the hood, the projects, the underworld like us. Oh, we want to work with you. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. A lot of us come from hard beginnings, the hard knock life, the hood, the PJs. These demons fuck with us because they're like, oh yeah, I was a black sheep too. We got cast out. Like we get you, we black sheep. And so they understand you, and that's how friendships are bonded, because how do most people become friends? You guys relate to each other. So they're like, oh, I like you. I relate to you. I want to work with you. So that's why a lot of us who come from these certain backgrounds, who we come from the underworld, we are incarnated demons. Remember, demon just basically means God. Demon comes from the word daemon. Daemon are gods, deities, intelligent, super ingenious beings. These were spiritual beings. They called them daemons or whatever before it became an evil thing. They were gods. Demon and God was the same thing. It really was. And so we literally are these gods, these dark old gods that they demonized. Because when you look at society, when you look on the news, they're always saying that what? Black people are evil, thugs, demonic, mischievous. Even, they always having some propaganda about dark-skinned people or people from the projects or the hood being bad. They came from a bad background. Oh yeah, that person was a thief. Oh yeah, she was a, like they always have something to say. As soon as you tell somebody where you from, they already like got ideas in their head about you. Right? Let's keep it real. That's why whenever we tell people, oh yeah, I'm from here, I'm from there, they're like, oh, you from there? You don't seem like you're from there. Like, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? People are very judgmental. Human beings are very judgmental. And we got to realize that. And a lot of us, we naturally connect with these demons because they get us and we get them. They're black sheep like we're black sheep. They got outcasted like we got outcasted. You feel me? And they get slept on like we get slept on. You feel me? So you want to work with these demons because they're going to help you. Trust me, they will. Now, they really usually fuck with people who are prissy and think that they're better and higher than thou. That's why when you work with the Gede, the Haitian Gede, if you uppity, they will fuck with you. But if you cool or whatever, they be like, you cool, I ain't gonna mess with you. You feel me? So we got into that. So pretty much the underworld is pretty much like the hood. It's like the slums of the spiritual world, and they rocks with us. 9 times out of 10, they rocks with us. So yeah, we got into demons. Demons are pretty much the keepers of the sacred flame. That they're the keepers of the knowledge. So we already talked about the underworld. And in the underworld is where the demons are. And that's where we are. We are the keepers of knowledge. A lot of us are incarnated gods, incarnated demons, or you want to call yourself angels. But remember, some of these angels were fallen, the fallen angels. We fell from where? We fell into a physical body. Hello, right? We fell from the higher planes and came down to the physical reality, so that way we could start telling our brothers and our sisters, our divine royal family, what time it is. Because there's a lot of infiltrators and false prophets out here talking about, you got to follow the light, you got to follow Christ, you got to follow this. And I'm not trying to shit on anybody in your religion. If you into Christianity, if you into Muslim, if you whatever you are, continue being what you are. One thing I don't do is I don't disrespect other people's paths. Because when you think about it, all of these paths, it's really good to study all of the different religious and spiritual paths, because they all are like puzzle pieces. And when you study each one and you put them all together, you get a bigger picture. Like I study different religion and spiritual paths. I don't just study one. And that's how I'm able to put the pieces together and understand that there's more similarities than differences. Thank you for the donation, Belazine, Bad and Bruja. So, she said, what she said? She said, demons been salted up so bad, it makes them relatable. That's what I'm saying. Like, people been shitting on demons so long, where people, like, this is what our ancestors worked with. We are our ancestors. We literally are reincarnated demons or angels or gods. And we are the fallen angels, the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, the ones that they said was forbidden. Like the ones who made it with humans and stuff. Like, yeah, demigods, all of that, they're talking about us. These are fucking real shit. They make it seem like myth is something that happened a long time ago. But when you really think about it, it's happening right now. That stuff that they talk about ancient is now. Those are prophecies. We are literally the walking gods in the incarnated physical, in the earth plane, planet, small plan, the plane of earth. So this physical realm known as earth or terra, this is what we incarnated. We fell from the high heavens or the underworld, whichever way you want to look at it, right? Because we don't know if heaven is really up or down. Because really, some people may say heaven is inside. Everything is inside of us. As within, so without. Everything outside is a projection. When you dominate your inner demons, you also dominate the demons outside. When you make friends with your demons, then you have no enemies outside, because you already made friends with them inside. And that's why when you really get those demons on your side, nobody can fuck with you. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, stop just messing with these love and light angels and shit. Like, get them demons on your side, because them demons is really what's going to hold you down. Get those scary looking demons too. That's why they have those gargoyles on the churches and shit, because they know that those scary looking gargoyles keep certain entities away. Okay, if demons was that bad, why they got gargoyles on a freaking church? I don't understand. You get what I'm saying? Those are demons. Hello. Do I have any moderators in here? Is that a troll? All right. Moderators, I'm just going to need you to be on your P's and Q's of anybody that's trying to come up in here Bible thumping, because we had that last time, and I don't understand why they do that. It's not like I go up in a Christian forum and be like, hey, all you Christians, you feel me? Worship Satan, hail Satan. Like, I don't do that. Like, so just, be kind to everybody else's spiritual beliefs. If you don't believe in this, that's cool. Just sit here, sit tight, be quiet, you know what I'm saying? But don't be disrespectful up in the channel. You will get blocked. Shout out to the moderators. They always be on their P's and Q's, though. Okay. But yeah, Satan, Set, Saturn, Lucifer are not what people think it is. And I know that this may be hard to digest, because I also met some Satanists a long time ago, and they was basically trying to tell me, like, Satan wasn't really a bad person. When you think about it, like in the book of, what was it? In Genesis, when the serpent came to Eve and was like, yeah, if you want to eat that fruit because it's going to give you knowledge, it's going to make you like a god. Like, when you think about it, all Satan or Lucifer really wanted was to be independent. He wanted to be a god too. He's like, all right, well, if you're being worshipped, why can't I be worshipped like a god too? I don't understand. We're the same. So he pretty much got cast out. But Lucifer was pretty much like the most beautiful angel. And then he became Satan, or the ruler of the underworld, which is also Osar, the ruler of the underworld. Okay? So Hades, Set, like Set is always getting a bad rep too, but Set is actually a more ancient god before or Set and Osiris or Osar. When you look deeper into it, they said that Set predates the Theban spiritual philosophy in ancient Kemet. I did some research on Set. Set is a really ancient god. Even Anpu is also really old. That's why like a lot of them are really black, like tar. Like they were just pitch black gods. So I would definitely say when you break down certain words, like Satan basically came from the word Set or Saturn. Set, right? Like that Saturn, that Capricorn energy. Some people might say like even Capricorns have a little dark side to them. Capricorns can seem very like structured, organized, and well put together in society, but when they're behind closed doors and you know you check out their closet, they got chains and whips and they got the leather, they got the little cat suit. Like Capricorns are low-key freaks, I'm telling you. Like they with the shits but they get their shit together in society. So the most prudish people that you see in society have the darkest fucking shadows, right? The brighter the light, the darker the shadow is cast. Always remember that. The most organized, uppity person, they got the darkest personality that you probably never even seen. I'm telling you. That's why when you do research on criminals and serial killers, it's always the person that everybody be like, yo, he was so charming. She was so nice. I never would have thought. Yeah. There was a fucking killer that you didn't even know. You feel me? You think you know somebody. You could be sleeping with somebody for like, you know, married to them for like 10, 20 years and never know. Like Ted Bundy. His wife was with him forever and she did not know that this dude was killing women and sleeping with dead corpses and all of that. She was like, not my Ted Bundy. No, never him. Oh yeah, honey. Ted Bundy was fucking crazy. Psycho. Oh, but yeah. You definitely want to do research on these demons and understand who they really are. These were the outcasts. These were the ones that were shunned. These were the ones that were really powerful because they didn't go by all of the rules. So think about it. Demons are pretty much the patrons or whatever of like the outcasts or the rebels, the revolutionaries. That would be us, right? The ones who don't go to the rhythm of society, the ones who go to their own beat of their own drum. Like, yeah, when you think about it, people always say, oh, that's those conspiracy theorists. Oh, that's those pro-black people. Oh, that's those, like, you know, they always, like, cast us out. Like, we're that family member that's like, oh, don't worry about so-and-so. She always talks about that stuff. Don't mind her. Like, you're probably that friend that, I'm that friend that people probably got to warn their other friends about before they introduce me. Like, yeah, that's Tavia. You know, she's a little, like, eccentric. She's a little weird and different, but she's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're probably one of those friends, too. So you may not even know it. But a lot of us are black sheep. So shout out to the black sheeps in the family. You feel me? In the building. But I do have assignments for you guys. We're going to get into the Q&A. One thing that I want you guys to do is I want you guys to research the gateway gods. That will be like Bes, Anpu, Hecate, Papa Legba, Ilegua, Cerberus, who's another gateway god? Did I say Ganesh? Look up gateway gods. A really good book is Encyclopedia of Spirits. You will also want to get the Encyclopedia of Demons and Demonology. And I'm gonna think of it. I'm gonna put the links in the description. I'm gonna give y'all the links to Amazon of where I got my books from. Because they got it for really good prices. And Amazon ships in like a day or two. Like if you order today, you might get it tomorrow. I love Amazon. I'm the Amazon queen. Always tell y'all. And if y'all got food stamps, Amazon Prime is only like $5 or $6 a month. Like that's crazy. So yeah, people don't know that, but now you know. So anywho, what else? Oh, other homework assignment. I want you guys also to get a pen and paper and write down a list of all of your fears. Like all of the things that you don't like about yourself and all of the things that you fear. Because what that is really your shadow self. That's who you really are. Like, let's say, for instance, if you think you're a really nice person, you might actually be low-key like a really rude or bossy person, but you don't know how to express that. So that's your shadow self. So let's say if you're really nice and you always being a pushover, you want to learn how to be more assertive and more dominant and, you know, put people in their place and put your foot down. Then you want to start working with that demonic nature and your shadow self, so that way you can stop being everybody's doormat. You feel me? If you want to be, let's say for instance, you're really quiet and you want to learn how to be more like outspoken and speak your truth, you can start working with that shadow self as well. So you can really benefit a lot from working with your shadow self by analyzing your fears and actually breaking it down. So write a list of all your fears and everything that you don't like about yourself, because nobody likes to look at these things. We don't like to focus on the things that we don't like. We don't like to focus on aspects of ourselves we don't like. And not just the physical, we're talking about we going deeper than that. We're going deep inside, like all the suppressed things, and you got to look deep and like, you know, why am I afraid of this? Where did that come from? You know, why am I this way? You know, like things of that nature. And then like when you start looking deeper, you're going to start understanding why you are the way you are, because your shadow self is literally going to talk to you. Some things may come up. You may cry. You may get angry. Like these emotions is the purging process. I'm going to tell you right now, we're in Mercury retrograde now, so this is the perfect time to do it. And this is the season of Scorpio, so you're going to really be in the underworld, okay? The subconscious mind, digging up all of that stuff. So here come, what is it, November 20th? That's when Mercury retrograde is over. Like, I feel like that's when it's going to be clearing out all of the negativity, so that way you can come into the new year. Well, this is not really the new year, but the new universal year. You know, and January 1st, you'll be able to be ready to step into the new paradigm, because there's a paradigm shift that's happening right now, guys. If you haven't felt it already, that's why a lot of y'all having these dreams and visions, and you know, a lot of people from the past coming up. You're going to be tested. Things of the past is going to come back up to test you. You're going to be emotional. You're going to cry. You're going to feel like your world is literally being turned upside down. You're going to feel like you're losing your mind. You're going to feel like you're going crazy. I'm telling you this because, one, I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. I'm keeping it straight, no chaser, because I want y'all to not go into this thinking it's going to be easy. It's not. I had to do this. It's like an initiation. Literally, you going through hell, the underworld. You're facing your scariest parts of yourself. This is not for everybody. This is why a lot of people don't do this, because they don't have what it takes. This is literally boot camp and your initiation. And you're going to face the ugliest sides of you. And it's going to be scary. And it's going to make you question your whole identity. It's going to make you feel like the world that you thought was real is not real. You're going to start questioning everything that you was taught. You're going to realize that mostly everything that you was taught is a lie. And that's going to put you in a very vulnerable place. You might feel like you're having a nervous breakdown. But this is part of the process. It's going to break you down, and chaotic energy comes in, wrecks shit up, breaks shit up, tear you down, so that way you can build up a new you. Reborn, like the phoenix. You die to be reborn. And you're going to be way more powerful. People are not even going to be able to identify you. People are going to be like, yo, you look different. Something's different about you. You got a glow. Like something has changed inside you. I don't know what it is, but you seem more sexy. You seem more charismatic. You seem more like magnetic, magical. Yeah, you tapped into that dark magic energy, the source of all power, that kundalini energy, the serpent powers. You guys might see serpents. You might see what is it, like black crows, black dogs. Like you might see dragons in your visions. I'm talking about these animals are probably animal totems that's guiding you in the underworld. So most likely you will find somebody who will guide you. You're not going to be by yourself. You're going to find something like a guardian angel, or a guardian demon rather, that's going to be like, all right, this way, let me show you the way. And so you're not going to be by yourself. Like Ampu, he's like a guard dog. Call on the hellhounds. Ask the hellhounds to protect you. Them hellhounds fuck shit up. They will guide you through Hades, through the underworld, as you go and face these monsters until you finally face to face with the Lord of the Underworld himself. And that is your true ultimate dark self. You have to go through all of the little mini demons, your fears and stuff first, until you ultimately face to face with your true self, which is the devil, right? You got to face the devil. And then you come back from the underworld reborn again, like the sun. The sun goes down, the underworld comes back up reborn, like Kepera, right? The scarab or the cancer. Anyway, but that's my spill on that. Let's get into the Q&A. You guys have any questions for me? We're going to get into the Q&A. I'm going to try to get to as many questions as possible. If I don't get to your question, then drop it down in the comment section after the video is posted, and I'll try to answer it then. Okay. I had to block somebody because they was getting on my nerves. Moderators, what's going on? Why y'all not blocking the trolls? Y'all can't block no more? I gave y'all a wrench for a reason. Anyway, let's get to these questions. And thank you everybody for the donations. Successful JB, what to do when your spells are not working? Well, sometimes we got to go back and analyze what did we do, what didn't work. It's about a trial and error process. And also I would say if you're working with the light magic, maybe you need to start working with the dark magic, because one thing that I've noticed is when working with the dark magic, it actually works a lot better than working with the light magic, because it depends on what you work, what type of energy you're trying to work with. Divine Veronica, I'm a new subscriber. Your channel is dope and very eye-opening. Thank you so much, Divine Veronica. I appreciate you, love. Welcome to my channel. Abel says, hellhounds, hellhounds, H-E-L-L, hellhounds, the hounds of hell. They are guardians. They Hecate's dogs. Hecate is the dark goddess of the moon. She's the goddess of witchcraft, magic, black magic, necromancy. Persephone is also one of the goddess of the underworld, lady of the underworld. She is the patron of Hades, the consort of Hades. I'm reading this. Black breaker candle was black because it's tapped into that chaotic energy. It could be removing negative energy. Natasha's Worlds. How do you protect yourself from lower level entities that mean harm when doing black magic? Okay, very good question, Natasha's World. How do you protect yourself from lower level entities? One thing that I would say is that I have videos talking about how to protect yourself from these lower level entities. One thing that I would also tell you guys is sometimes you may think that is these dark energies that's messing with you, but sometimes it could be light beings too that mess with you guys. Because remember what I said, that a lot of us are not all light beings, and sometimes it's even saints and these quote-unquote angels that are not all love and light, and they will harm you too. So you got to know what you're dealing with, and also like you got to get your guardian angels, your ancestors on your side. So learning practical protection methods, and I'm going to probably start doing, I have videos on protection and stuff. I'm going to start you know, check out my old videos talking about how to protect yourself, smudging and stuff like that. Always have your house cleansed and stuff. Remove negative energy from your house. Throw out things you don't need. Center yourself. A lot of times, guys, you need to center yourself before you just do magic spells and stuff. And you got to just know what you want before you just jump into a spell. And don't go into a spell with fear in your heart. Because when you have fear in your heart, you weaken in your own aura. When you doubt yourself, you put the universe against you. So you gotta be confident in your shit. Oh yes, Tamika Brown. I've been attracted to Santa Muerte lately in skulls. Is that a sign? Yes. Maybe she wants to work with you, my love. Do research on her. Always research spirits before you just jump and start working with them. Get an encyclopedia of spirits, guys. Belizean Bad and Bruja. Yes. If you want to use like a saint image to work with a certain Lua or Orisha or something, yes, you can do that. Our ancestors have done it for many years and it works. Okay. Yes, Earth Swerve. I definitely do have them channels flowing through me. Like, they coming through, booby. What does it mean when you see numbers and letters at the bottom of your candles? It's a divination sign, love. The spirits is trying to talk to you. Let's see. The sleep ones. What are your views on our birth charts? Oh, your birth chart tells you who you really are. The one when you're born, and the one where I would say you do another birth chart when you are reborn. Like when you, after you go into the underworld and you go through a certain initiation process with the spirit. I'm probably going to have to talk about that in another video. But yeah, do your natal chart. It tells you about who you are and things of that nature. Chad Moore, oh, your friend is in a hospital. I definitely hope that she feels better. Ashe. How do you get in contact with your ancestors? Okay, that's dealing with necromancy. I would definitely say if you can light a candle, light a white candle tonight, and try to contact your ancestors because they could be in the underworld. The Day of the Dead. So that's yesterday, today, and tomorrow, where the veil is really thin, my love. Put out some food, light a candle, and you know, call your ancestors, burn some ancestor money. Check out my ancestor money video. Our speed of vision says, Cancer here, I realized the power we all share. I sit back and listen. Now it's time for me to do what I'm supposed to do. Yes, family, please do the assignments that I gave. Watch this video over. When I post it, read the assignments, do the assignments, research the guardians of the gateways. Also, write down a list of all of the things that you fear. Also, I want you guys to do the assignment from last time when you're facing yourself in the mirror in a dark room and you got a black candle lit. And you're going to face yourself and ask your shadow self to reveal itself to you. When you do that, you may not get instant results in that moment, but understand that within the next few days, you're going to start noticing that things are going to start coming up. You may feel emotional. You may feel sad. You may feel angry. You may feel agitated. You might see like a different person when you look in the mirror because your shadow demon size is coming up. And this is what's awakening your true nature, your true power. What does it mean when you, What does it mean when you have dreams of walking the planet Earth and seeing different animals? It could be an animal, your animal guides, totems. Kanitha Watson, anything for empath? Empaths need to ground themselves and protect themselves. What just happened? They're probably not paying attention to the comments, beloved Mikia. How would you know which demons? Star Jill. Okay, how would you know which demons to work with? Like the tricksters or demons who possess people? How do you know you're not messing with them instead? Okay, so one thing that I would definitely say is before you start working with these demons per se, you want to get to know your inner demons. You want to get to know who you are. You want to get to know yourself, your shadow self. This is why I'm always like stressing to do the shadow work. That's why I say like when you meditate on a black candle, you're facing yourself. Because before you guys start just jumping working with demons, you want to start like working with yourself, like knowing who you are, going to the underworld, learning and analyzing the aspects of you, facing your fears, so that way no demon, no angel, no being can use that against you. Because once you know yourself and you conquered your inner demons and you got your demons on your side, then you can do whatever you want. Because if any type of trickster do try to fuck with you, then 9 times out of 10 they won't, because they're going to see the army that you got behind you. They're going to take you seriously. Now, if you go into the spirit realm and you don't have nobody on your side, and your ancestors are usually like your first line of defense. If you don't even mess with them and you just go into the spirit world and you're trying to contact like a really powerful, they got legions and different ranks in hell and heaven as well. But when you go and you trying to mess with certain demons, and these demons are very volatile, there's certain spirits that are more harder to contact than others. And some spirits they just don't even come. They just like send their assistants to help you, because they like are princesses, kings of the underworld, and they're not going to just come if you want to ask them a silly question like, what does it mean if my candle is this color? They're going to fuck you up if you bother them for that. So when you're dealing with these dark energies, you got to come correct. Like you got to come when you want to enlighten yourself, like working with Baphomet or Lucifer or, Lilith or Hecate or Persephone somewhat. Like it depends. Like working with certain beings, you got to come correct, because you can't come crazy. Why is this guy Eduardo even in here, bro? We just ignore him, you guys. Ignore him. This dude is always in my channel. Why do you feel cold when you doing shadow work? Everybody's body temperature is different. You could be feeling the spirit around you. Yeah, just ignore him, family. Ignore him. I tell you, like, when you spread information and knowledge, people are going to do that. People are going to try to throw you off, to distract you. So just focus. Remember, demons are tricksters. Like, demons are tricksters, angels are tricksters. Like, you got to realize that the words have been twisted around. Like, I gotta check out the Pastor Troy song, Vice Versa, where he's basically talking about what if heaven was hell? What if God is really the devil and devil is really God? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if the demons are, angels and demons are not what we really think that they are? And so, like, a lot of the times you realize that when you spit in knowledge and stuff, what type of people come up in here spreading hate? It's usually the Bible bashers, right? These are the same people that killed our ancestors and stuff like that to spread their knowledge in the name of their God. But you don't see, witches and brujas and stuff going into the Christian forums and the Christian channels bashing them. We don't care about that. So I want you guys to utilize this guy that's in the comment section right now as an example of really, like, who's really loving, like who's really spreading knowledge and who's spreading hate. Okay? Because Adam and Eve got punished just because Satan wanted to give them the fruit of knowledge. He wanted them to know the type of God that they was worshiping that was trying to keep them suppressed and imprisoned. And so because of that, because they knew better, they got punished. It doesn't make sense to me. So the same people that's coming up in the channel telling us that we're evil, we're wicked, that we're bad, cursing us out, saying all of this bad stuff. Look at the character. Sometimes it be the main Bible bashers that be the main ones that have the ugliest hearts. And like I said, they're suppressing their shadow self. Because we always hear about, in the Catholic, the priest or whatever was raping the little boys and stuff. You feel me? Even when I was in church, when I was, and when my grandma used to drag me to church, I remember how the deacons and the guys used to always stare at me, made me very uncomfortable. And I was a little girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, and these were, people of God. Come on. I don't know which God they worshiping, but the God they worshiping that murdered millions of people, destroyed villages and civilizations, and Lord, all in the name of their God. That spread pestilence and STDs and all that. La Lorana, do you believe in karma? I do believe in the law of cause and effect. I will say that. I do believe in the law of cause and effect. For every cause has an effect. Every effect have a cause. Dark magic and dark magic doesn't necessarily means evil. It also means, like, you standing up for yourself. So if somebody comes at you sideways, you have every right to come back at them sideways. Ogun is the god of war. Ogun, some people may say it's a demon, like St. Martha. Some people may say St. Martha, it's a spirit, a demon. Like, it's just different names, but it just basically means different types of energies you're working with. Demonic energies are just more potent. You're dealing with that chaotic energy. You're dealing with the energy of chaos. Energy that's untapped power. Pure energy. Chaotic energy. Y'all need to check out chaos theory. Check out the chaos theory, chaotic energy, and also chaos magic, dark matter. Can two demons be in the same room? I don't see why not. Are you talking about evocation or invocation? Ogun can have your back, but he can have a temper. Oh yeah, Ogun. Who child? Ogun don't play. No wonder my life is always so chaotically balanced, if that makes sense. Changing spiritually. Also too, realize that you have to have balance when you're working with these energies. So this is one thing I will warn you guys about. Sometimes some people get so addicted to the chaos magic because it can be addictive. Thank you for the donation, Gerald. I appreciate you. I'm going to get to your question in a minute. Well, let me just Any sex magic tantric tricks for men? I have a whole video on sex magic and tantrum, my love. But one trick I will tell you, if you want to boost your magnetism and your magical power when you having sex or when you are masturbating, try to pleasure yourself or have as much pleasure as possible without, popping your cork. Ejaculate. So don't, ejaculate. Try to hold in your cum and try not to let it out, if you can. Right? And that builds stamina too. So, what was I talking about? See, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? I really lost my train of thought. Somebody tell me what I was talking about. Chaos magic. Yes, thank you, Spirit Cat. Yes, chaos magic could be very addictive as far as like some people get so caught up in it. Like I knew somebody who was just working nothing but like destructive magic, because chaos is like that strong energy that comes and fucks shit up. And like if you're working with a gentle deity, it's like softly pulling things together in the universe. Then when you're working with like a chaotic hot fiery demon or a spirit, they're more like ripping things together. It's like they're more rough and shit, but they're getting things done. Where the light spirit is just like la 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 la, like just taking time. But a demon is more like, all right, let's hurry up and get shit done. You feel me? It's like you could sip on some really, really, really light wine and sip gently, and you probably might get to the same place. Whereas you could take a whole shot of whiskey or cognac, and it's like one shot is going to get you where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Like the different levels. So some people might get so addicted to the dark magic because it's like, wow, this shit is powerful. Wow, this shit is addictive. Like my magic is working. Like, like they start getting into like telepathy and moving shit with their mind. And dark magic can do that. Like it'll start having you levitating shit and moving things and, reading minds and astral projecting. Like you can do a lot of things when you start working with dark magic. So I'm trying to tell you, it's very like people become famous and get rich and stuff working with this magic. But this is why they tell you don't do it, because it works. Like it does. When you're working with the dark magic, you got to realize that chaotic energy can make you go crazy, where some people lose their fucking mind because they don't know how to balance themselves. When you're working in the shadow world or the underworld, you got to know how to come up and breathe again. Like you got to come up out of the underworld, put your head above the waters, the deep waters, and breathe. Like, all right, I'm back in reality. I'm back here. Let me ground myself. Let me get back into the real world for a little while. And then it's like, all right, I'm ready to go back under again. So you got to try to find like, what works for you. You feel me? If that answers the question. But don't get addicted to it. It is addictive. And it will start showing on you. Like it could drain you too. Because remember, chaotic energy is very powerful. And some people, your body has to adjust to that type of energy. So you may start feeling extra hungry, like you're eating more. Because you're literally feeling that fuel, like that inner fire inside of you. The Promethean fire, the hell's flame. Right? The flame of knowledge that Lucifer bears, the light bearer. You're feeding that flame. So the more knowledge and dark magic you deal with, chaotic energy, the more hungry, tired you feel. That's why some people be having those big dark circles around their eyes, like they all sunken in, and they look like zombies. Like, because they dealing too much with the dark magic. You got to give it a break sometimes. Like, sometimes you just got to chill and try not to be so obsessive about it. Like the mad scientists, you know what I'm saying? And scientists are nothing but magicians, really. Because magic is a science. And a lot of these questions, what's up, Bella? Said I finally caught alive. What's up? Tobacco for spirits. Yes, tobacco is good for spirits. TJ Godwin. Fire breaths are good. Samuel Ellis. Changing spirituality, gemstones for crystals and shadow work, dark crystals, like black crystals are good. How do I push myself to fear the unknown less and embrace it more? That's really tricky. I can't tell you. I would just say analyze it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you overcome your fears? You face them. That's the only really way to overcome a fear is to face it. To study it and to face it. That's one of the assignments. But anyway, look, guys, we 83 minutes in. I don't want to make this video too long. It's already went over. But I pretty much covered what Dark Magic is, what the Underworld is, and Demons. I gave you guys assignments. Make sure you research the gateways of the Underworld. Understand what the Underworld is. The gods that stand at the gateways of the Underworld. Also analyzing these different mythologies. And I'm going to put the links in the description when this video is posted of the books that you guys need to get. Encyclopedia of Spirits and the Oracle, the Oracle thing that I told you guys to get. And what else? And the assignment from the last video with the black candle in the mirror. Make sure you do that as well. And make sure that you really listen to the warnings, the instructions in this video before you just jump and start working with demons. Because I don't want y'all saying, oh yeah, Conjure Queen said we need to work with demons. Yeah, but Conjure Queen also said other things as well. Okay, to prepare you to go in the underworld. I told you guys how to prepare to go into the underworld, things to expect after you come up under the underworld, what's going to happen in your waking life. Okay, I told you guys what to expect, what to look forward to, and everybody's experience is different in the underworld because you're facing your own demons. My demons may look completely different from yours. Okay, so but anyway, I try to get to as many questions as possible. Thank you everybody for the donations. I also do take donations in my Cash App, which is in my description. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified when we do go live next time. Make sure you thumbs up this video and share this with a friend. Let's get this knowledge out. Let's stop sharing all of the watered down Love and Light stuff. Like, okay, you know, don't get me wrong. Love and Light has its place, but it's like we got to start talking about the real dark magic that nobody likes to face. Everybody likes to talk about the light. Nobody likes to talk about the shadow work. Nobody likes to talk about the dark work. Nobody likes to talk about the underworld. Nobody likes to talk about the, you know, the outcasted demons, aka the black sheep, us. Nobody likes to talk about us. But it's time that the black sheep's rising up. The old guys are rising up, and our time is now. So until next time, thank you everybody for tuning into the live. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, moderators, for holding it down. Thank you, everybody, for donations. I appreciate all of you. Until next time, Conjure Queen signing out. Peace.